So Naledi Pandor says people regard the ANC with horror and shame. I agree. We could add scorn, disdain, disgust, contempt, but horror and shame will do. In this video, I'm going to show you what she was talking about here. Then we're going to go back in history and fix a common misconception about the ANC, but we won't leave you there. If you go with me all the way to my biblical reaction, I think you're gonna have your mind blown, and you'll probably want to share this video unlike any other past video we've ever made before, because we are on a mission that South Africa will prosper. You ready? Good. Like is the button you're looking for, and let's go.
The African National Congress and its Women League and Youth League require selfless, committed leaders and members who place service to the people above all else. Comrades, this area is our biggest fault line. We have forgotten that we exist to serve the people, that we exist for the people. We need to bring that back by scrutinizing very carefully the leaders that we affirm, and by ensuring that if our leaders fail at their duty, whatever position they occupy, we will hold them to account.
Who's hearing this song for the first time? Well, before I answer this, I can't go past Ms. Naledi Pandor without taking you here.
And then you said, for example, Baleka Mbete, referring to the member of this house. And then you proceeded. Is that what you said?
Oh, thank you very much, Chairperson, for assisting me. Because this was all over in the country that you got 25 million rand.
Honorable member,
she got 25 million rand. It was reported.
Order.
Where is the money?
Order, honorable member. You are casting aspersions on the member, and if you want to bring a substantive motion on that issue, you need to do so. For now, can I ask you to withdraw?
Must I withdraw what is there in the country all over?
Honorable member.
It is
Honorable member Madisha.
It is a known fact.
Order.
It has been reported all over that she got 25 million rand.
Honorable Madisha.
So tell the country, all the papers, to go and do that.
Honorable Madisha, can you please withdraw?
This is what I'm going to do, Chairperson.
Honorable Madisha, can you withdraw?
But you have not listened to me. Can you listen? I'm going on. Okay. Chairperson, you need to listen as well. What I'm putting to you is, I'm going to withdraw this truth from the House. Now. Okay?
You've withdrawn.
I withdraw this truth.
Thank you. Proceed. Honorable Member Pandor.
Chairperson, I don't know whether you were listening. And as the members have said, please be fair to everyone. The honorable member has not withdrawn. He did not withdraw. He said, no, he didn't. He has not withdrawn. He said, I withdraw this truth. It's not a truth. Can he withdraw? And if that's how COPE gathers material, no wonder they are where they are, but he has not withdrawn.
Honorable member, thank you very much. I have asked the member to withdraw. That's the first statement he made. I again asked him to withdraw. He did. But given that you are raising a concern, I will again check the Hansard.
Big mistake.
Can, for now, the honorable member proceed?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. You see, some of us don't know English properly.
Can and then Honorable
we
Madisha,
can only come and say,
Honorable
hong,
Madisha,
hong, 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 like that.
Honorable
member.
Madisha.
Yes. Hong, hong, hong.
Honorable Madisha.
Hong, hong,
Honorable Madisha.
That's the only thing that she knows.
Honorable Madisha.
Yes. Thank you.
Honorable Madisha. Yesterday, Honorable Member, yesterday in this House, Honorable Carter, who is your member, raised a point of order around members who were making animal noises. And we asked them to withdraw. And can you please withdraw what you have just done?
Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Okay, I got your.
He knows well that I speak Tswana better than him. You know that I speak Xhosa.
Order, Honorable Member.
I speak Zulu too.
Order on
You can argue with me, but you know it.
Honorable members, Honorable Pandor, Honorable Matisha,
I also speak Spady. Hoi, hoi.
That's exactly what she's doing.
Honorable
And we're leaving her to
Matisha,
do
you
that.
have actually exhausted your time. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chairperson.
Hong. To hell with you.
No, Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Matisha, can you please withdraw?
Point of order, Chair.
Order.
On a point of order, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Matisha.
Chairperson, can you please note me also?
Honorable Matisha, did you mention the statement as it has been alleged?
Can I go on, Chairperson? The Chief Whip, I withdraw that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I withdraw.
Honorable Matisha.
Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Matisha.
Honorable Chair.
I have addressed you on these noises that you are
Honorable
making.
Chairperson.
Can you please just withdraw?
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable members, can you please allow me the opportunity to talk to the member and then address the other points of order? Honorable Matisha, can you withdraw what you have just done?
Yes, I withdraw, of course. I withdraw.
Honorable Mapisa Ngagula.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this big mess is what we call the national dialogue. Back to what we are discussing. Ms. Naledi Pandor is once again saying we need to fix corruption. We need to get back. Get back to where? One of the greatest misconceptions in South Africa is that ANC corruption started under Zuma. This is the UDM. They released 3 documents since the dawn of democracy. This one is called Comrades in Corruption 1. This is the current Deputy Minister of Defense. He was already complaining in 1994 alone. They granted themselves more than 100% salary increments. Is this done in the name of liberation struggle and politics for the suffering masses? Now, it won't shock us now, because when we read this now, we go, oh, of course, we know them. Look at this. Let me demonstrate how their incompetent appointees have led to the draining of state coffers. According to the audit report of the Northwest in 1997, the following emerges. Premier Mulife's office alone was unable to produce backup documentation for 3.5 million. No indication that tender board approval was obtained for 18 million RDP project. Vouchers could not be produced for expenditures of 135 million. Unauthorized spending in the whole administration totaled 367 million. Department of Health vouchers 19 million couldn't be submitted for audit. Payment of 14 million had been made on photocopies of invoices, include 4.9 million. What can we ever finish it? The graph delineates above takes place even in national departments and other provinces. For example, 14 million Sarafina scandal. In the Eastern Cape, for instance, the tender was corruptly awarded to these people whose quotation was 164 million more than other tenders. It had to be overturned by a court. And the feeding scheme scandal in the 90s. If Ms. Naledi Pandor says they should go back to when? Corruption has always been an ANC problem. Then he released Corruption 2 after 5 years, and that's when we were dealing with the arms deal, which of course is not sorted up till today. And then he released Comrades in Corruption Part 3, a luta continua. Now, we remember quite a lot of this. It was covered in state capture, and it's still going on now under Ramaphosa. So when are we going back to when the ANC was not corrupt? I will answer it. Now, in this book, I talk about it and I show this here. Look at this. June 2005, when Kgalema Motlanthe was Secretary General, here's his report to the conference. The central challenge facing the ANC is to address the problems that arise from Al-Qaeda's susceptibility to moral decay occasioned by the struggle for the control and access to resources, a consequence of this cancer in our midst. Now, 17 years later, this is what Chief Justice Raymond Zondo said. Corruption within the ranks of the ANC has been recognized and acknowledged for over 20 years. Looting of public resources, abuse of state power, patronage, bribery, vote buying, nepotism, state capture, and others. Even in the last 6 months, corruption of industrial proportions. We're not talking about people stealing 5 million, 10 million. Industrial, we're talking 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, has been identified by law enforcement bodies. Corruption has not declined, but worsened. The ANC has been unable to halt or even significantly slow down corruption. Unfortunately, neither President Ramaphosa nor Mr. Mantashe offered any explanation of why the party's previous attempts to deal with these problems have failed and why any such attempts might now succeed. So I'm going to explain to you what's going wrong. It's very clear the ANC can never do anything about corruption. So let me tell you in my biblical reaction. But before I do, I want to give you a quick update that the book has been delayed because of a major project that we are working on, which must come out first. Then this will go out to 1 million people. So for the people who are part of the Prosperity Fund, it's continuing. This book is coming out and we are grateful. So let's give you the reason why the ANC struggles with, will always struggle with corruption, especially when they are in power. To everything, there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, time to die, time to plant, time to pluck what is planted, time to kill, time to heal, time to break down, time to build up, time to cry, time to laugh, time to mourn, time to dance, to cast away stones, to gather stones, to embrace, to refrain, to gain, to lose, to keep, to throw away, to tear, to sow, to be quiet, to speak, to love, to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Here is the problem with the ANC. If you want to go back to a time that the ANC was not corrupt, it would have to be the 26th of April, 1994. The problem that happened with the country is because our citizens are not educated, our citizens assumed that a liberator is also able to govern. No, because they are a fighting party, they are a revolutionary party, they are an envious party, they are an angry party, which means when there is actual legal injustice, they do well because it is their time. Once democracy comes in and we go to 1996 when we have a constitution, I don't think the ANC should disappear. I think the ANC is an important organization in South Africa forever, but anytime the ANC has more than 49% when you put it together with the ANC lights, corruption will be a problem. Why? Because you give power to a party whose philosophy is destructive when it is not their time. Because it is not time for a revolution. It is time to build. The time for a revolution ended in 1994, the 27th of April. Or take it forward in 1996 when the Constitution was ratified. That's why the ANC tends to always work in ways that undermine the Constitution. The Constitution says we are an open society. The ANC is not a party to be in charge in an open society. They don't know how to protect minorities. They don't know how to manage and govern under freedom of speech. They don't know how to govern for everyone. They don't know how to build, because the ANC is not a party that knows how to take the Constitution and build to prosperity. Yet, if the balance of power is with builder parties, I would still want the ANC there making a noise, because that's how democracy works. But it is not their time. It is time for parties that know how to build, how to grow the economy, how to create jobs, how to liberate citizens to be free. The ANC does not know how to liberate citizens to be free. With the ANC busy going out of power now, in fact, the first 5 years that we need to spend is to detoxify the state of ANC. We need to have free market, individual freedom promoting voices in the SABC, for instance. There is not a single free market proponent journalist in our state media. Why? Because they have the catered deployment policy, which can't work in an open society. It is not their time. So here's the thing. When you eat a steak, you use a knife and you cut it. And then it's cut, you put the knife down. It's not its time. Only the fork can put the food in your mouth, or a spoon, or your hand. It is not the time for a knife. Now, the reason why South Africa is in trouble and everything has fallen apart is because we have had 30 years of a governor whose time it was not. The ANC's time is when we have actual, legally codified injustice. Otherwise, in an open society, which our constitution says we are, and when Gayton McKenzie writes kafir 50 times, kafir this, kafir that, do I want to hear kafir 50 times? I don't. Will I go to the Human Rights Commission? No, you trained to do that because you've been led by the ANC with their catered deployment journalists who all tell you that offense is a taking away of dignity. No, that's not. Offense is a testing of your tolerance. Then you just switch off. Stop following Gayton if you don't want to read kafir. Of course, we can punish him because he's in cabinet and it's just a cabinet matter. It's not a societal problem. Social cohesion in an open society requires tolerance of every person. Now, why don't you hear this? Because no journalist in the national broadcaster will say this, because we need to detoxify our whole state, including broadcasters. Why? Because we have a problem of a party whose time had ended, and then the constitution came into place, and they don't know how to then take the constitution and create jobs, take the constitution and create prosperity for all. Same thing with the better English speaking ANC light small parties. They also don't know how to operate in an open society, and we've been being led by people whose time had ended. The ANC is a perfect opposition, but we need a balance of power of people whose time has come, who can govern, who can grow the economy, who can get things done because they don't have the philosophy of a fighter. And in the same way that if I try to put the steak in my mouth with the knife, I'll end up cutting myself. It's not because there's anything wrong with the knife. It's just that its time has passed. Once I've cut, I'm supposed to use a different utensil. Unfortunately, what has happened in Africa is that when the liberator has brought liberation and their time is over and they need to go to the opposition benches, out of loyalty, we keep using a tool whose time has passed. That's why I keep reminding everybody, no one can serve two masters, because either you love the one or hate the other, or he'll despise the one and honor the other. You cannot serve God and Karl Marx. And so I want to thank all of you in the Prosperity Pledge. I want to encourage you, if you haven't had the opportunity, please check the Prosperity Pledge. Keep us going because there's so much we need to do, and we appreciate all your support. And we'll make history together. Let me hear your thoughts below. Share this with someone who needs to hear this hard truth. It's tight, but it's right. And no liberation organization can learn to govern.